Magkano nga ba mag-solo travel sa Indochina trip this 2026? Madami ako nakikita ng videos online na sa halagang 27,000 to 40,000 lang makakapag-Indochina trip ka na or tri-country trip from Thailand, Cambodia to Vietnam. And honestly, napaisip ako parang, wow, totoo ba yun? So, I decided to try it myself. I went on an Indochina trip from Thailand, Cambodia to Vietnam for 11 days. And in this video, ikukwento ko sa inyo kung magkano talaga nagastos ko. And kung realistic ba talaga yung mga budget na nakikita natin online. Hey guys, it's Mengs. If you're planning your Indochina trip this 2026 or kahit nag-iisip ka pa lang mag-travel, this video is for you. Kasi this is not just a vlog, this is my real experience with real numbers, real decisions, and real mistakes. So, before ako umalis, simple lang talaga yung nasa isip ko. Tatlong countries, one trip, and also part of this trip was very special for me because one of my main goals was to celebrate my birthday and do a birthday photo shoot sa Vietnam. So, hindi lang siya simpleng travel for me, parang gift ko na rin siya sa sarili ko. Honestly, akala ko talaga kaya ko siya ng around 40,000 to 50,000. Kasi based sa mga napapanood ko, parang doable naman siya. At first, feeling ko rin. So, let's start sa flights. At dito pa lang, nagsimula na yung reality check. And ang ginawa ko kasi is multi-country trip. Yung main ticket ko from Manila to Thailand and Vietnam to Manila, umabot siya ng around 11,714. Then from Thailand to Cambodia, nag-plane ako via Vietjet, which cost me 3,136. Flight talaga yung option from Thailand to Cambodia kasi currently close yung land border. So limited ang options, walang buses or train. Then from Cambodia to Vietnam, nagbus naman ako and that cost me 2,199. Honestly, super experience din talaga yung sleeper bus and isa rin siya sa memorable part ng trip ko. Then syempre, hindi mawawala ang mga add-ons like sa baggage 1,400, seat selection nasa 900, flight snacks nasa 400. So overall, my total for flights came to around 19,750 pesos. Now, important note, pwede pa talaga siyang mapamura. If maaga kang mag-book or marunong kang mag-abang ng piso sale, malaki talaga ang matitipid mo. Pero in my case, last minute na ako nag-book. Kaya medyo mas mahal talaga siya. So tip ko talaga is plan early, watch out for promos, and please don't book last minute like me if you're on a budget. And part 2 tayo, accommodation. And honestly, dito medyo interesting yung experience ko. Sa Thailand and Cambodia, sobrang mura lang ng accommodation ko because I stayed sa hostels. And for me, okay naman talaga siya. Hindi siya luxury, pero malinis, decent, and okay yung mga amenities. And one of them, meron pang ang pa-pool. And meron pang overlooking view yung mga restaurant nila. Comfortable enough siya, especially if ang goal mo lang naman is matulog at magkaroon ng safe place to stay. And yung mga pinagstayan ko pala guys, work-friendly pala siya. Kasi while traveling, nagwo-work pa rin ako. Yes! Pero pagdating sa Vietnam, dito medyo tumaas yung budget ko. Around 10,000 yung stay ko here. And to be honest, choice ko talaga yun kasi medyo maarte ako sa pag-stayan. I wanted a place na good location, walkable, safe, and of course, comfortable. And importante rin sa akin yung merong co-working space na pwede kong pag-workan while working at night. Especially if solo traveler ka or working while traveling. Sobrang importante talaga ng location, safety, and overall comfort. So yes, marami talagang mas murang options. Pero for me, I choose comfort over the cheapest price. So total accommodation ko for the whole trip was 14,006 pesos. Now, let's talk about eSIM and activities. To be honest, hindi talaga ako masyadong nag-activities. And I think isa to sa difference ko compared sa ibang travelers. Because habang nagta-travel ako, nagwo-work din ako. So, hindi ako yung traveler na super pack yung itinerary, sunod-sunod yung tours, at walang pahinga. Mas gusto ko chill lang, hindi pagod, hindi pressured. And one thing I realize is marami ka pa rin mapupuntahan for free. You can walk around, explore cafes, enjoy the city, soak in the vibe, and still have a good trip without spending too much on attractions. So, ito yung naging gastos ko here. Sa eSIM, 652 pesos. Cambodia half on half off with cruise 923 pesos and Thailand half on half off both. Ito yung activity guys na mas mura kung gusto nyong puntahan lahat ng temple sa Thailand. Mas mapapamura kayo dito. Nasa 225 pesos lang siya. So total ko for this category was around 1,800 pesos. Hindi siya sobrang laki pero syempre part pa rin siya ng total budget. And next naman is food. Akala ko honestly sa food ako makakatipid kasi 'di ba lagi natin naririnig mura lang ang food sa Southeast Asia, lalo sa Vietnam. And yes, totoo naman. Pero ito yung part na medyo nakakagulat kasi habang nagta-travel ka, hindi ka lang naman kakain ng isang beses. You end up paying for breakfast, lunch, dinner, coffee, snacks, and syempre dessert. At every single time, ang nasa isip ko lang, okay lang, mura lang naman. Vacation naman ako and pa-birthday ko naman 'to sa sarili ko. And talagang mura talaga yung mga pagkain guys, it's just that, ang sarap kumain. Until nag-total na ako and ito yung actual food expenses ko. Sa Thailand, nasa 3,023 pesos, Cambodia 3,134, and sa Vietnam naman is 8,298. So total food expenses ko for the whole trip is 14,455. And part 5 naman tayo, transportation. And dito medyo guilty ako because buong trip ko, I barely use buses and trains. Actually, hindi talaga ako nag-bus and nag-train. Talagang Grab ako. Nag-Grab car, Grab bike, yan lang yung ginamit ko guys. And yes, sobrang convenient niya. Mabilis, easy, less hassle, and very useful, especially if pagod ka or nagmamadali ka. But of course, convenience comes with a price. Here's my breakdown. So, sa Thailand, 2,469. Sa Cambodia naman, 1,223. Sa Vietnam, 2,430. And kung titingnan mo, medyo mura pa rin siya kasi puro Grab bike and tuk-tuk yan. So, medyo mura pa rin pero ang total niya 6,123. Minsan lang ako nagga-Grab car kapag sobrang init at hindi ko na kaya or pauwi na ako like from airport to accommodation, accommodation to airport, gano'n. And tip lang, in some places mas mura actually ang Bolt sa Thailand. Mas mura talaga siya. Kaso nga sa end ko, naka-connect na kasi yung card ko sa Grab, kaya Grab pa rin yung ginamit ko. Next naman is sa shopping. Sa shopping expenses ko naman, Uniqlo, bumili lang ako ng isang outfit. Actually, hindi siya isang outfit, parang tatlong pieces siya ng clothes. 2,789. Mini good, ito yung parang Miniso sa Pilipinas. Nasa 2,192 yung nabili ko dito. Mga cute-cute lang na items. Wala lang, mahilig lang kasi ako sa mga cute, guys. Then, local crafts and souvenirs, 2,435. Ito yung mga ref magnets, pasalubong, and little souvenirs, especially for my mom. Kasi bawat country, gusto ko talaga bumili ng something to remember the trip. So, total shopping ko was 7,417. And ito na yung last part, self-care and other expenses. So, kung gusto niyong gawing guide 'tong vlog na 'to, puwedeng hindi niyo na 'to isama sa budget. Pero para magka-idea pa rin kayo, sinama ko siya dito sa vlog na 'to. Nabanggit ko nga kanina na isa talaga sa main agenda ko sa trip na 'to was my birthday photoshoot in Vietnam. And honestly, super worth it siya for me. Sabi ko sa sarili ko, kapag nakapag-birthday photoshoot na ako, kahit hindi ko na mapuntahan yung mga ibang places or ibang lugar, okay na ako do'n. As long as makapag-birthday photoshoot ako, talagang nag-wander around the city lang ako. So, here's the breakdown. Head spa. Ito yung napakasarap na experience. Parang minamassage yung head mo, sinashampuhan ka, ganyan. Nasa 1,393. Sa medicine naman, 706 pesos. And birthday photo shoot, 4,130. Guys, grabe, napakasulit na neto. Kasi sa Pilipinas, sobrang mahal magpa-birthday photo shoot. And sa Vietnam guys, kasama na lahat as in sarili mo na lang ang dadalhin mo. Kaya guys, super worth it na 'yan. And then, nag-prepare lang ako ng cash amounting to 15,600 pesos. Usually, dito ko kinukuha yung pambayad ko for food, transportation, and other small stores or places na hindi tumatanggap ng card. May natira pa naman akong cash and naiuwi ko rin kasi nagtitira talaga ako for souvenirs lang, guys. Para meron lang akong remembrance ng currency ng ibang bansa. So, total for this category came to 21,830. And yes, nagka-diarrhea pa ako habang nasa trip. So, reminder talaga, always bring medicine, always be prepared because kahit gaano ka ka-excited, hindi mo alam kung ano pwedeng mangyari while traveling. So, magdala na kayo ng mga Biogesic, Bioflu, Vitamin C, um, yung mga pang-diarrhea, ganyan. So, be prepared kasi sayang din guys yung 706 pesos na kung sa Pilipinas mo bibilhin, mas mura naman siya. So now, let's go back to the main question. Yung 27,000 to 40,000 na Indochina tip na nakikita online, posible ba siya? My honest answer, yes, possible siya. Only if super budget traveler ka, very strict ka sa spending, minimal to no shopping at all, limited food gastos, sobrang cheap accommodation, public transportation, and sobrang well-planned ng itinerary mo. And nakapag-book ka na ng piso sale 1 year or at least 6 months before ng trip mo. But if you travel like me, like you enjoy food, you choose comfort, you use convenience, you shop a little, and you allow yourself to enjoy the trip, then realistically, mas mataas talaga ang total gastos mo. And now, after computing everything from flights, accommodations, food, transportation, shopping, self-care, and other expenses, my total for this 11-day Indochina trip was 85,384 and 57 pesos. Yes, that's the real number. And you know what I learned? Hindi pala laging yung malalaking expenses ang pinakamalaking kalaban mo. Hindi flights, hindi hotel. Sometimes, it's the small decisions like, okay lang to, ang mura naman dito. Kasi yung mga maliliit na mura lang to, pero sunod-sunod guys, aano talaga siya, lumalaki siya at the end of the day. So, if you're planning your own Indochina trip this 2026, be honest with yourself. Ano ba talaga ang travel style mo? Are you a budget traveler, comfort traveler, experience first traveler? Mag-work ka ba while traveling? Or talagang total vacation? Because at the end of the day, your total budget will always depend on how you want to travel. So ayun, that's the real cost of Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam trip or Indochina trip. If this video helped you, please don't forget to like this video, comment where you want to travel next, and subscribe for more travel content. Because this year, I really want to document more of my travels. No filter, no fake budget, just real experiences, real spending, and real lessons along the way. See you on my next vlog.